to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey, welcome to episode number 67 of the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam.
And I'm Chris.
How's it going, Chris?
Actually, I got a headache. I feel like I'm hungover, but I didn't really have much to drink last night.
I like how you said much. I had nothing to drink, and I feel hungover and exhausted for some reason.
Yeah, it must be the heat, I reckon. Like, I had 3 beers or something.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's just like, But anyway, it's Saturday morning, so, it's all good.
It is the weekend, so that's all good.
Long weekend for some.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Monday is my 2-year work anniversary. That's how I know. Waitangi Days when I first started working at my new job. So
Yeah. Well, can't call it new if it's 2 years now.
No, but it's the job I do currently. How's that?
Yeah. But, so...
That's all right. That was just Windows updating in our ears. I don't think that came through on the podcast.
Yeah, I know how to
us.
turn that off, though, now.
Oh, cool.
So we'll sort that out afterwards. So I did some work this week, and it was a bit of a shock to the system.
Oh, really? This is actual physical work unrelated to acting.
Actual physical work. So a friend of mine, Jeff, the Pin Monster, Jeff Pinney, he...
Does he call himself the Pin Monster?
No, I just made that shit up right there. I had no idea what to call him.
Okay.
Well, they used to call him Pin Diesel because of his bald head.
That's awesome. Yeah, Pin Diesel. I like that.
But yeah, so he works at Gilmore's. He's an assistant manager or something there, and they've had a bit of a hard time with a short week this week because it's Auckland's anniversary. They're pretty slammed when they do deliveries on a short week.
Yeah, I bet.
And they lost 2 drivers this week. So he goes, you want to help us out? You haven't got any work here. You want to come in? Do a trial day. I thought I'm going to go in, talk to some people for an hour, maybe jump in a van, go around, see what it's like. First hint that things aren't quite what I expect in a trial day was, what size are you? Here's some steel cap boots that don't really fit. And how good are you at throwing kegs around? Because Jeff and I, back in the day, we worked for Te Rapa Tavern. We used to do a lot of keg moving.
Yep.
And that was quite a long time ago. So I'm like, I'm good. So yeah, I worked from 9 till almost 4:30, I think. And I had a bit of a sweat up.
I bet the body felt that.
Oh yeah. Afterwards he goes, we're going out to Raglan to drink some beer and do some bombs off the thing. You want to come along? I'm like, I think I'm going to go home, have some ice cream, and fall asleep.
And pass out into a diabetic coma.
Pretty much. So, yeah. So, anyway. But that was cool. It was good. It was good to get the blood pumping.
And the blub. Don't forget the blub. That's the most important body element.
The blood pumping was what I meant to say. But anyway, yeah. So, and how's your week been?
It's been good. Just been working and dealing with the awesomeness that is Hamilton and flying undies out of cars.
Oh, tell us that story.
This gave me a big giggle. Basically stopped at some traffic lights, and I'm looking in front of me, and there's a people mover, and I'm looking at it, and I've ascertained that it's full of special needs people. There's a Down syndrome person in the back and some other people that aren't quite with it. Which is fine, they must be on a day outing. Although it was quite early in the morning, so I was surprised to see them out and about. And then a pair of boxers just come flying out the side of the window.
Maybe they'd been out all night. And they were like partying up hard.
Maybe. And this pair of jockey boxers, good advertising for you, jockey, flew out the window and landed on the car next to them's wing mirror. The lights then changed to green. And the poor woman that was in this little hatchback had to drive with these boxes stuck to her wing mirror. And when we got up to speed, like 60, 70 kilometres an hour, they did not come off.
They're still stuck there. What a shot.
So the question I really wanted to know was, did he have them in his hand ready for the special manoeuvre, or was he taking them off in the van while he was driving? And what was the driver doing the whole time?
Yeah, and like I say, I think there's some credence to be lent to that whole idea of they've been up all night. They've been partying all night.
I think they have been.
Maybe it was a special needs bachelor party or something. You know?
Yeah. So I tweeted that out and with the hashtag Love the Tron. Got quite a few likes on that, and it was good.
Oh, that's awesome. We were just laughing just before we started recording because something happened this week with Stephen Joyce, who is one of our ministers.
Yes.
And he was getting... he was going to a Treaty Waitangi or something, some celebration, and somebody threw a sex toy, a dildo, in his face.
Yes.
What was the slogan she said?
This is for raping our sovereignty.
Which is sort of amusing. So it's on TV and there. I thought it was moderately amusing. It wasn't really that amusing. It's not as funny as the Norway newscaster that got hit with a fish when the wave came over, which has had 10 million views this week. But
yeah, it was crazy.
that was awesome. This wasn't as good, but Stephen Joyce, the MP, just tweeted, or I just saw the tweet, I should say. Okay, somebody send the GIF to John Oliver. Let's get this over with.
Yep. Well,
which I think is awesome. That's brilliant.
welcome to global media and amusing things happening here, amusing people in America.
Yes. So, speaking of amusing people in America, on our Facebook page,
Yes.
the Chris and Sam Facebook page, I don't know if you've seen this. I shared it. It's a clip of Hillary Barry. Have you seen that?
No, what's Hillary Barry up to?
It was in the morning, and they had the Malaysian dude. Oh, not Malaysian. It's South American.
Oh,
dude or
no,
whatever.
yes. Sorry, I did see this, yes.
With the emergency defecation situation, and she's talking about this, and the court story that the clip
That
comes
was
up,
his defence.
and his defence was there was an emergency defecation situation, and it cuts back to the studio, and she's losing the plot at emergency defecation situation, as you would really.
Yeah.
But then she has to read the next story, which is sort of
serious.
tragic, about somebody dying from a bomb going off in a plane and they've been sucked out just after it's taken off. And she's still laughing. And actually, you just have to see the clip because it is the funniest thing.
And
I think
as
I've
she's
seen in a
laughing
week.
near the end, she said, "This might be the day I get fired."
Yeah. But you have to see it. You have
That's
to see it.
good.
It's really good.
Very quickly on the Somalian bomb thing,
Yeah.
the person that got sucked out was the bomber.
Oh, really? Oh, well, she should have been laughing.
So
That's awesome.
they've just worked that out. That was the only person that got killed in the plane.
There is a God.
Yeah. So it didn't work out for the old Somalian bomber.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It also didn't work out for the model who's been trying to blackmail an NHL star. So National Hockey League,
Yeah.
big thing over in Canada and parts of America. People love this stuff. Not so big here. Can't say I've ever watched a game, to be honest.
No.
But this guy is 47. He's a veteran of the league.
Yeah.
He's probably
So he's no longer playing at 47, I'm guessing.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I think he might be doing something there because
Okay.
a lot of the NHL guys.
I don't know how it goes.
A lot of them get quite old and they can still play.
All right.
Because I think like Wayne Gretzky. Oh, here we go. We're caught up. He ends up in bed with a very young model. She's 20, maybe 18. No, 20, I think it was.
And she blackmails him? Shouldn't he be blackmailing her?
No. So he falls asleep in the bed, and she gets a selfie of her next to this guy doing the thumbs up, like just this casual thing. She then says to this guy, "Hey, I need $2,000." So it's a small amount. So she's a bit dumb in that respect. Or I'm going to leak this photo online of us in bed together.
Is he married or something?
Now, she's of legal age, everything's fine, and he just turns around and says, "I don't care what you do it." He is a single man.
Yeah,
And she has a partner.
Blackmail 101, baby.
I thought you might like this.
Sam's losing it over there. You can hear me, but you can't hear
I thought you might like that story. Like, how stupid can you be?
the funniest thing ever.
So the photo's online. We'll link to it in our show notes, and you can check it out.
Really?
Yeah, because he just goes, I don't care. Whatever.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what else I thought was hilarious. Have you heard of guards from above?
No.
This is okay, so this is off the internet. So I don't know how real it was, but
It's on a Facebook page called You Know You Are from Taramanui. This is going to be awesome.
So it's from Norway, and it looks reasonably legit, the images. But apparently in Norway they are training falcons or eagles or whatever, birds of prey, to take out drones.
Oh yeah, no, I read that.
There's a drone, take it out, and there's a video of it just taking out drone after drone after drone.
Yeah,
and it's like, I thought that was hilarious.
It's interesting that they'd train a bird to do it, but I suppose.
Well, what are you going to do? Shoot it?
No, but the Japanese, or China, I think it's the Japanese, they've got the drones with the net, the big drones with the nets that go around and catch the small drones.
Yeah.
So that was their solution, and it doesn't damage the drone apparently. So yeah, interesting.
I don't think the eagle really damages it, although it's funny when you watch the video, the eagle takes it into a corner and jumps on it.
Yeah,
because
interestingly enough, this week there was a serious car crash down south somewhere.
All right.
2 people were injured, fire crews there, police were there, and a drone came over, and they do not know who it belonged to or what it was doing, and they're pretty certain it wasn't emergency services drone, and had a blue and red light on it apparently, and it flew over and it was filming the crash, and then it disappeared into the hills. So there's, from privacy point of view, you don't want to be dealing with this sort of stuff when you're trying to save people's lives, like on a side of a road in a car crash.
Yeah, because that can look pretty.
Well, it'll end up on Live Leak or something.
Yeah, well, because the problem there, and the thing they have in the States is they, a lot of people just won't help people in those emergency situations for fear of being sued for doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I'm better off doing nothing than doing the wrong thing.
Actually, interesting. I'm reading a book about, what's it called? The Reasons Why You're Not So Great, I think it's called. And it's all these psychological principles, and one of them is the bystander effect, where no one helps because they think someone else is going to help.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. Talking about interesting, I spent a little bit of time this week trying to clear up my inbox a little bit.
Why is that, Chris?
Because I had 53,000 unread emails. When it got to 60,000 total in the inbox, it started going red, and I'm like, oh, what? And so I started cleaning some of them out, but yeah, I didn't get very far.
I just want to... So the email that you're using is the email on your domain, eh?
Yeah. So it's HostGator.
Yeah, so it's your own inbox. Yeah. So you're not using Gmail with how many gigabyte, and you're not using Yahoo on that account. So at some point, you've reached the limit that your hosting provider has given you.
Well, I thought it was unlimited.
No, that probably is. They probably do advertise it's unlimited email because most people will not have 53,000 unread emails. Was there anything important in there in the small amount that you did clean up?
Probably not, no.
Now, out of those...
Well, no, because this is going to upset you now. Because I backed them all up to a different account as well, so they're all in the other account.
What?
So I technically, I guess I could go around and delete the whole lot because they should all be in the others, but they might not have backed up, so I'm a bit iffy about it. So
this is hoarding 101 here in the digital era. Not only has he got a pile of letters that he hasn't never opened, he's got emails he's never opened.
Oh, is that a good?
Well, I don't know. We could go into Chris's old emails. Letters. This is I won't say the company, but this is to the director of your old
company.
Company back in the day.
Yep.
This is from 2006.
So it's a recent one.
Yep, it's your MasterCard business card account statement.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Hey, I should probably have looked at that because my business partner ripped me off.
Yeah, probably. The balance is $1,457. And, okay, yeah, there's lots of cash advance fees because they were just withdrawing money from the credit card at ATMs.
Yep.
And, all over the place. Yep. Got to buy a Vodafone card. Yep. The debt of courts, we have to pay the courts $400 because
I didn't have the card. The card was
yeah. Oh, look, there's another Vodafone prepay. There's a bit of free parking.
And that's a.
Oh no, sorry, that's free parking is in the web hosting company.
Yeah, that's legit expense.
That might be the
Back in the day, we had to pay. I think we used WorldPay to do our online transactions.
Oh right,
and it cost us. I want to say something like $120 a month.
Whoa, that's crazy
to do that, or it might have been a quarter. To be honest, I can't remember. But like today, that shit costs you nothing.
See, now there's some. I don't know what this is. PC Driver's Head Quarter Temple, US dollars, $30, and that worked out to be $49 New Zealand back in the day. So and there we go. That's Chris's old letter from this week from 2006.
Yeah. Probably should get in the habit of opening the mail that comes to me instead of just throwing it in a box.
Or email.
Or inbox.
The email that you've got, is that 53,000. Is that mainly spam or not? Or is it actual things that you've subscribed to?
50-50.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I subscribe to that is pretty much spamming me.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of keeping some of that for copywriting type stuff, but
there's a service. Oh, I think it only works with Gmail. It might not help you. It's called Unroll Me. I think it's unroll.me.
Yeah,
and it basically it goes into your inbox and it says you've got all this stuff, and you just click all of them that you want to unsubscribe from. Yeah, it does it all at once.
All right. Oh no, I don't want to unsubscribe from them because something important might come along. You never know.
I'm shaking my head here, as I am sure you are, listener.
The look of disgust on his face is quite scary, actually.
It's interesting.
So, this week, drum roll. That's the gayest drum roll ever.
Is there anyone I could do in my
mouth? This week we've got the Asian Pacific. Podcast conference. Yes.
Is that this weekend? No.
Yes, Friday.
Oh, there we go. I haven't been keeping up with it.
Hang on, it is Friday. Yeah, it's Friday.
Awesome.
So it's Friday.
So they worked it out, do it on a long weekend.
No, it's the weekend.
Oh yeah, sorry, long weekend's now. I'm confused.
This weekend is
what's
the long
today?
Weekend.
Saturday.
This weekend's a long weekend.
Yes.
Monday's Waitangi Day. This podcast will be out on Sunday tomorrow.
And then Friday.
And then,
so a short week is what I meant.
Friday, it's a short week. So I've got to go up Thursday, help set up, stay there a couple of days. I've got to make sure I've got somewhere to stay. That's my job for today.
Yes.
I may be the person interviewing podcasting legend Cliff Ravenscraft.
Yes. Now, Cliff Ravenscraft, if you don't know, is a big player in the podcasting world. He's the podcast answer man, and at some point he had over 20 podcasts a week, I think it was, he said.
Unbelievable.
His podcasts...
He makes like a serious living out of podcasting. Right?
Yeah, that's what he does. He sells the equipment, and he sets people up, and he sells courses on how to do it, and he's made a name for himself. And it's pretty much just doing podcasting, and he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. So, I may be the person interviewing him, which is interesting and cool and just a little bit scary.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. We're such a small community in New Zealand. I feel. This is just my personal opinion. And this guy's coming over from massive podcasting events like the Podcast Movement event in was that San Francisco, I think, and things like that. And he's done keynote openings, and there's been thousands of people
speaking to thousands
of people, and these people are like really into podcasting, and they're doing that. And he's coming all the way to New Zealand. I don't know how many hours that takes, and
there
the
may be
jet
100
lag.
people here.
And if he's lucky, very lucky, there's going to be 100 people.
Wow.
And Chris is going to be one of them.
I'm going to be one on stage, so...
Are you going to do some research about this guy?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah. Actually, I just have. That's why I brought it up. So.
No, you really need to... His website's really informative, actually.
Yeah, no, I have been there, but I haven't spent a lot of time there yet. Yeah, no, I do have to do some research this week. So
Because I think... I mean, a lot of the questions he must get asked are very similar. Yeah. So I think you can do a unique spin on it.
Yeah.
And say...
Well, I actually... Because there's two people that are saying, it'll be Chris or it'll be Natalie that is going to interview him. So it's not definitely me yet. And I think I'd be the better interviewer because I'm the stupidest one, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't mind asking the questions that people don't ask because it sounds like a stupid question.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
That's how Chris rolls.
That's how I roll. Bastard. I think I can put that sort of spin on it. And the thing is, I think the majority of people who are going to this event from here and coming over from Aussie and Asia or whatever are lower down. They haven't made it. They're still struggling to get sponsorship, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting mix of crowd there, I think. So, it should be good.
Yeah, they are aiming at... I think they're aiming at a newbie sort of thing because they've got workshops on day 2, which unfortunately I'm going to have to leave early and miss the workshop stuff after 3 on the Saturday.
Oh, right.
Because I've got a wedding to go back down... engagement party to go down to in Hamilton. So, I'm going to have to leave early and I'm going to miss that. But, so they've got some workshop stuff where they help you set up your gear and help you...
Talk about your gear.
Do some of your podcast and you can do some stuff. And if I'm lucky, well, what I'll do is I'll make sure I take my Zoom with me and I'll see if I can get a brief hello with Cliff.
Yeah. Actually, just get a brief hello with everyone. Paul, Will...
Yeah, true.
Whoever wants to talk to you, just shove it in their face. Sounds good.
Yeah, it didn't sound dodgy at all. We've just been watching Archer, so that just sounds dodgy.
Yeah, I just introduced Chris to Archer.
Archer is a adult cartoon, and it's actually really funny. I love James Bond. I'm a big James Bond fan, always have been all my life. So it's a little bit like a dirty takeoff of James Bond in a way, and it's actually really funny. But the innuendos just jump out at you whenever you say anything else after you've watched a couple of those episodes.
Yep, definitely.
So, I do recommend checking out Archer if you get a chance as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, you've got an interesting question here.
No, it's actually the name of a website I came across.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go to howmanypeopleareinspacerighttnow.com,
it
tells you how many people are in space right now.com. I don't know. I don't even know how I found it. Like, that's one of those websites that you find and you're like, oh, this is interesting. And I don't know why I find it interesting, but there's even an app that keeps you up to date. Like, I don't know why.
How many people are outside the planet right now?
6. 6. The 2 of them have been out there for 316 days. There's 157, and then the other 3 have been up there for 53. And they range from Russians, Americans, and there's one UK person up there.
Wow!
And they're all flight engineers, and it's just a simple website.
And it gives their names. And
yeah. So if you want to yell out to like Tim Copra, flight engineer,
does it have like their Twitter handles or anything like that? That would be handy if it did.
I've just clicked on something. No, it takes them to their NASA biographical data page.
Oh, right. And does that have their Twitter handles? Because you'd think that would be... Because, today what you want to do is connect with these people.
Yeah.
That Canadian dude was awesome. The guy that did the David Bowie song. I've forgotten his name. As soon as you say his name, I remember it. Hadlow?
I know the man you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, he was amazing because he really communicated with people from up there, and it really brought it alive and it brought attention back to it. The thing is, when there's no attention on these guys being in space all the time, and people just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But, for funding reasons and all the rest of it, they need to raise that profile, I think. So they should have their Twitter up there.
Actually, talking about that, one of the astronauts, must be one of these 6, just recently released a whole bunch of photos from of New Zealand.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I think I saw one or two of them on Facebook. A night flyover, I think it was.
Yeah. So it was interesting. Actually, our friend, talking about just jumping back to the podcasting thing, our friend, well, not really our friend, but Pauline, apparently.
I'm like, who? What? Oh, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
She's apparently just made connections with one of the biggest idol in the world. So it must be someone really...
JL.
Must be someone...
JLD?
I don't know. She hasn't said. She's got to wait until something's confirmed, and then she's going to mention it, because I think she might be talking to him on her podcast. But it'll be someone big in the entrepreneur world.
Yeah, because she's in the Podcasting Paradise group, eh?
Oh, is she?
I think she is.
She probably is.
Because I know... Oh, drat, what's her name?
Go away, Windows. We don't care about Office.
The other girl that was in the other podcasting panel that I talked about, she was in the Podcasting Paradise, and she was going on and on about it, and she just totally loved.
So it's
JLD.
Podcasting Paradise. What's that?
It's
a Facebook
$1,500 a year group.
Oh, right.
That you join to be good at podcasting. Maybe it's just $1,500 just one off.
It might be.
But so there's thousands and thousands of members of it.
Are you a member of it, though?
Hell no.
How did you... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she told me about it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, how did you know these people were in on it? And I was like, it wouldn't surprise me. Chris has joined
Chris
something
is
else.
A member. Yeah, no. If I'd come across it a little bit earlier at the right time while I was at Telecom spending money on everything, quite possibly I would have.
Yeah.
But I never was never sure that I would be doing this podcasting. I wanted to give it a crack, but if I hadn't met up with you, I'd never be doing this.
Oh, that's good. It's
well, I don't know. I'll let the listeners decide whether that's good or not.
But it's an interesting thing, because lots of people must think about podcasting, but they don't realise the barrier of entry into podcasting is so low.
Yeah,
in reality, you just have to record some audio.
Yeah, it's low and it's not low. So our more structured, and I'm laughing at the word structured, podcast, the NZ Filmmakers podcast, which is really my baby, because it's sort of my idea and I'm the one holding it up. When I say it's my baby, it's me that's holding it up. That isn't going so well, and that's because I'm not putting in the time. And so the barrier of entry in there is time. I got some pretty interesting feedback, critical feedback from our last episode, which I totally agree with all of it.
Which is good. Constructive criticism.
Yeah. And the thing, they said this, and this, and I'm like, those are the things that I was not happy about when I released it, but I had to be released because, at that time, and that was the best I could do at the time. So I'm a bit worried because we've got our next episode is due a week ago, and it hasn't been done.
I thought you'd given up on it, to be honest.
No, I've got work to do. This month is ridiculously busy, and I don't have a job. Oh, actually, I might have a job now because I've got a casual contract for deliveries for
Actually,
Gilmore's.
talking about busy, you've got the Hamilton Filmmakers
Network kickoff event for 2016 is going to be on the 25th of February, so a few weeks away. 2 weeks away or 3 weeks away.
If you're not following the Facebook page, make sure you go check that out.
Yeah. So it's at the Zone, and there's no cover charge or anything like that, but we're going to be playing some of the films that local filmmakers made, a couple of short films, and there's a bar, so drinks and food there and stuff like that. It's Thursday evening, 6 p.m. want to get as many people along as possible. These networking events are where filmmakers get to meet each other and get into new projects. When you're talking about these things, this is how I got into all the film stuff that I got into. Is somebody goes, "Hey, we've got this film and we're trying to do this, like Only Humane." And Adam, originally, I didn't know Adam at all. He goes, "How would you crash a car? How would you do this car crash through his fence?" And I was like, "Well, these are 3 or 4 different options I'd consider."
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up producing that film. We just ended up chatting about it a bit more and
Very good.
So yeah, definitely get along to that if you can. I'm also presenting at the Content Marketing Summit on the 1st and 2nd of March. That's a little bit specialised, and it's quite expensive, I think, to attend that. But mention that. I've got a bit of work to do to finish my prep and get my workshop ready for that. But so this month is a busy month.
Sounds exciting. And if you want to keep up with what's going on, make sure to check out, what's your Twitter feed there, Chris?
At Chris Hanlon _NZ.
I'm WebSam on Twitter. I haven't been updating it much, so good luck with that.
Or you can go to my website, which is chrishanlon, all one word, .nz.
Yes.
And Sam's got his blog of Sam.
Yeah, blogofsam.com. I really need to update that. I do have posts sitting inside my head. Just been busy with another project at the moment. But make sure to check out the chrisandsampodcast.com.
Yep.
And check us out, Chris and Sam Podcast, on Facebook, and we are Chris and Sam Pod on Twitter.
And a quick yell out to Kat. Sorry to hear about your mum, and hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, sad news to hear.
Yeah. And that's us.
I think that's us for this week.
All right.
Okay.
Rock on.
See ya.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.